Hello, my name is CP, and in this video I'll be talking about the Church of Holy Savior or Wank Church in Isfahan, and I'd like to welcome Razmik Manassian, one of the old Armenians of Isfahan, who will talk about this church in Julfa district. And Razmik, hello?
Hello to dear Seppi and dear viewers, and I'm glad to be in this video and share any information I have about the Wank Cathedral with you. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer.
Thank you. Could you please tell us, Razmik, everything you know about the Wank Cathedral, including its history, the age of the building, historical artifacts, treasures, reasons for its construction, and any changes it has undergone? I'll try to remain silent and listen carefully to Razmik's valuable insights about this holy place, as I'm eager to learn more about the Wank Cathedral.
Sure, Seppi. The Wank Cathedral, also known as the Āmenāperkič Church, is a church located in the Julfa neighborhood of Isfahan. It was copied from the St. Stephanos Church in Julfa, Azerbaijan. This church is one of the historic Armenian churches in Isfahan which was built during the time of Shah Abbas. Vank means monastery in Armenian, and the history of the Wank Cathedral Museum, although not in its current form and size, dates back to 100 years ago, in 1905-1906 AD. At that time, with the efforts and assistance of Tadeusz Hovhannissian, the son of Harutun Hovhannissian, the author of the book The History of Julfa and Isfahan, rooms were built on the northern side of the Wank Cathedral courtyard to store and display books, manuscripts, and historical objects, which were used as a museum and library until 1930 AD. One of the notable features of the building is its ceiling and dome interior decorations in terms of goldsmithing and historical paintings, making it one of the most beautiful churches in Julfa, Isfahan. The inside of the church and all the walls surrounding it are decorated with Iranian-style oil, watercolor paintings, and images from the life of Jesus Christ, influenced by Italian paintings. The bell tower in front of the main church is in Iranian style and was built during the time of Shah Sultan Hussein. One of the most valuable works of the museum is its collection of handwritten manuscripts, which includes about 40 volumes of books. Some of these works are Torah, Holy Gospel, and religious books. This collection is displayed in 2 rooms, including the room for manuscripts belonging to Julfa Isfahan and the room for manuscripts related to books written in Armenian churches in Western Armenia and Eastern Turkey, most of which have been lost today. Most of these books have religious themes and are based on quotes from the Holy Gospel, while some of them relate to religious and ethical principles and foundations. The paintings, complete gildings, and numerous miniatures with vivid colors showcase the art of Armenian painters. The oldest and most interesting handwritten manuscripts in this collection are a 10th century Gospel written on skin and an Armenian translation of the Quran from the 18th century. Some remaining plaster paintings from the Safavid palaces are among other expensive items in this museum that are rarely found even in Iranian museums. The museum's painted panels are also a valuable collection of European and Armenian painters' works of art. These paintings, which are drawn on canvas, skin, leather, metal, and glass, mostly have religious themes, such as the birth of Christ, events in his life and apostles, and a statue of the Holy Mary. Images of Iranian men and famous Armenian figures with Armenian costumes in Julfa can also be found next to these paintings. One of the unique works in this museum is a black pen portrait of the face of Prophet Abraham attributed to Rembrandt. A section of the Wank Church Museum is dedicated to the works of Armenian painter Abraham Gorginian, 1907-1967. In his works, Gorginian has copied the engravings of gravestones found in the cemeteries and courtyards of Julfa churches, dating from 16 to 1950 AD. At first glance, these paintings may seem like simple graphic works, but with a little attention, their artistic and spiritual value can be discovered. The engravings on these gravestones indicate the diversity of professions, customs, clothing, social classes of Julfa Armenians, and the aesthetic standards of their time. The metalworks collection of the Wank Church Museum consists of gold and silver jewelry, belts, shawl hooks, trays, various types of cross pendants, incense burners, and holy oil vessels, made in different techniques such as filigree work, casting, engraving, and pen work, decorated with colorful precious and semi-precious stones. The majority of these works are related to the objects used in the religious ceremonies of the church. The traditional hand-woven and embroidered fabrics of the Wank Church can be divided into three groups: the religious clothing of Armenian priests, the fabrics used in church ceremonies, and examples of traditional Armenian clothing in Julfa. A large booth in the Wank Church Museum is dedicated to ceramic and pottery vessels. These vessels have a wide variety of decorative motifs and themes, and can be divided into three groups: vessels with decorative motifs inspired by Chinese decorative themes, vessels with a combination of Iranian and Chinese decorative themes, and vessels with purely European decorative motifs and styles. The wooden works of the Wank Church Museum in this section include various clocks, furniture, candlesticks, boxes, crosses, and carved wooden panels, which are the most prominent works in this section. This section attracts the attention of most people who are familiar with music. The instruments on display include the tar made by Yana Khan, the famous Julfa luthier, the tar made by Melkam Khan Jalfi, and the chagar belonging to Manyuk Manyukin. By visiting the printing industry booth in the Wank Church Museum, we become familiar with the history of printing in Julfa. The first books that were printed in Iran were produced by the efforts and endeavors of Julfa Armenians. The first printing house in Iran was established by the religious leader of the Wank Church, Kachadar Warthik Jisaratsi, and his disciples in the Wank Church. They designed and built their own printing press, paper, and printing type and printed their first book, the Psalms of David, with 572 pages and a description of the lives of religious fathers in 1017 AH. The only remaining copy of this book is currently kept in Oxford, England, and the available sample in the Wank Church is a photocopy of the book. The only surviving works of the first printing house in this church consist of several letters, books that were first printed in various parts of the world in Armenian, and examples of calligraphy art from the 17th to 18th centuries, such as various types of burnt, inlaid, embossed, and oil-sealed covers and religious artifacts. Ipam Khan's booth also contains personal belongings, photos, and personal correspondence of Ipam Khan, an Armenian leader of the constitutional revolution who played an important role in its victory. The items in this booth were donated to the museum in 1974-80. One of the interesting artifacts preserved in the Wank Church Museum is a strand of hair belonging to an 18-year-old girl, on which Varim Hakopian wrote a sentence from the Book of Covenant in Armenian with a diamond pen in 1974-80. In 1977-80, two statues were installed at the entrance of the museum, one of which is the statue of Mesrop Mashtats, the inventor of the Armenian alphabet in the 5th century AD, and the other is the statue of Kachadar Jisaratsi, the founder of the Wank Church printing house in the 17th century AD. These statues are the work of Armenian artist Ivan Evasian.
I'm amazed by the historical information that Razmik has shared with us, and I would like to express my gratitude to him for his knowledge and expertise. It's truly fascinating to learn about the history and cultural significance of the Wank Cathedral. We also kindly ask you to like and subscribe to our channel, and if you've had the chance to visit this cathedral, please share your experience with us. Additionally, if you haven't had the chance to see this cathedral yet, you can visit the channel's link and fill out the special form so that the experts from the Samansa Tourism Agency can contact you. Thank you for watching this video.